What is happening, baby? Welcome back to the Huddle Chat Sports Network's very own fantasy football huddle presented by Danklyfe brand and yours truly, as always, Dallas Clark. Today, I'm giving you guys a couple of buy low and sell high players because right now with bye weeks going into effects, league mates will start to be bit by the injury bug. They'll start to be bit by the bye week bugs, and they will start to panic as they need to start adding players outside of the top 30 in their respective positions to fill their roster spots. They will value their starting lineup a little bit less during their bye weeks when they cannot use them. However, their price will increase after their bye week, knowing that you don't have that guaranteed missed game as well. So it's a smart idea to attack players that are on their bye weeks. This week you have teams like the Lions, Eagles, and Chargers that are on bye weeks, which are some of the better offenses, so you can definitely go for the long con. You want to eye players that can finish inside of the top 20 at their positions. So we're going to start out with some buy low, sell high trade targets for you going into week 5 here today. But before we do, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't. And if you're listening over on Spotify, where we have the new audio only versions that are more convenient for you to listen to if you just simply don't have the time to listen to, or to watch over here on the mothership, then make sure you hit the follow button there on Spotify. And if you haven't yet over on YouTube, hit that subscriptions bar as well as that notifications bell so you always know when new content is coming your way. Without further ado, let's fill up our cups, roll something up, and get right into the news. Right now, the first buy low trade target I have for you this week is going to be Bree Hall from the New York Jets. Coming off of his game last week, he finished as the number 2 running back last year in 2023. The Jets have just been out of sync so far at the beginning to this first month of football, and they will be getting it together if Aaron Rodgers has anything to do with it. You're coming off of the game that he had that wasn't that great of a game, but he was playing an absolutely destructive defense in the Denver Broncos defense. You're looking at being able to take a player that you can sell high right now and get the upgrade in Bree Hall. I even seen in one of my leagues we had James Cook get traded for Bree Hall, which I think was an amazing move considering especially late season Bree Hall is going to be a league winner this year. So buy low on Bree Hall while his price is as low as it possibly can get. I'm also buying low on quarterback Kyler Murray this week. When you look at Sam Darnold, Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, all really far exceeding their expectations in these first 4 weeks. Coming off of the waiver wire, it makes a top 12 quarterback that was drafted inside of the top 7 rounds performing a single-digit performance against the best matchup he possibly could have had. It makes it a little bit more painful, and it makes people really pissed off. And those are the kind of managers that I would target. Taking Kyler Murray off of that miserable game he had last year, and you're looking at Kyler Murray having the rushing upside. He has been quietly really good this season, and it may give you the boost that you need if you're hurting at quarterback. Send everything that you can spare on your flex position, number 2 wide receiver, anything you can spare. If you're hurting at the quarterback position, Kyler Murray will definitely be the guy that you can possibly steal off somebody's roster and really turn your team around. Also buying low, wide receiver Tyreek Hill. I mean, everybody's talking about Tyreek Hill. We all know the story. You're expecting Tua Tagovailoa to come back in about 3 weeks, and weeks 8 through 16, I want Tyreek Hill. He doesn't have the most amazing playoff schedule, but like I said, you are swinging for the fences. This is for a team that's 1-3, 0-4, and you need to win almost every game going to the playoffs. Just to make the playoffs, you can worry about your playoff schedule when you get there. You're going to buy low on Tyreek Hill. I'm also buying low on Brandon Ayuk, but a disclaimer on that. I want to let you guys know that I said even on my startums and situms that if you haven't seen my startums and situms list yet, make sure you check in the description below or click the link after the video is over today, and you'll get sent right over the startums and situms from yesterday. But Brandon Ayuk, man, when you look at him, this is the last week that I'm really giving Brandon Ayuk to really break out before I hit the panic button. And I'm the kind of person you want to target when it comes to Brandon Ayuk. You can send a Zay Flowers over and get Brandon Ayuk, and you're going to be able to go. You're and you're not going to be getting Brandon Ayuk for all the crappy games that he's had thus far. You're getting Brandon Ayuk moving forward. You're getting Brandon Ayuk in the same role he was in last season. You're getting Brandon Ayuk a month into the football season without any rust on him, hopefully. So you're getting Brandon Ayuk and the potential that he has. I'd send over, like I said, a Zay Flowers to see if I could get a Brandon Ayuk or even a package deal to try to get my hands on Brandon Ayuk to try to upgrade my starting wide receivers. Some honorable mentions on some buy low targets. You got Ladd McConkey from the Chargers. He's got an extremely high target share. He's a buy extremely low. You also got Josh Jacobs, who hasn't scored yet this season, a touchdown yet this season, which is why his numbers are down so low. And you're looking at the really good upcoming schedule that they have. Game script could be really in Josh Jacobs' favor to really start getting some good games under his belt. And then also Jalen Hurts on a bye week this week, like I was talking about. He's had a really tough start, but he also hasn't had A.J. Brown for the majority of the season. He's also had no Devontae Smith for the last few weeks, so his numbers were expected to dip. He does have an absolutely phenomenal schedule for the remainder of the season, so Jalen Hurts might be somebody that you want to target. You might also want to target the description below to check out our Discord, where I give you a weekly newsletter, a free community that you can join and converse amongst yourself, get trade help, get lineup advice, and you also get more detailed information than I can provide to you here on these short videos on the YouTube channel. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscriptions bar as well as that notifications bell, because that way you won't miss out on episodes like our live stream that we do on Sunday mornings, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. On Sunday mornings, a nice NFL pregame kickoff show. I give you last-minute injury advice, last-minute lineup help, some bets that you can put in on FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever you're using to make your money. And if you turn in on Sunday's live stream, we get a great conversation going. You guys always get to drop your comments down there below, and it's an absolutely amazing way to kick off your Sunday and get things started off right as a fantasy football fan and an NFL fan as well. Going into the sell highs that I have this week, we're talking about Davante Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. You can play the mystery, or you can lock up a solid player. Let somebody else's imagination run wild while they figure out if Davante Adams is going to pair up with Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to go back to Derek Carr? Could he go someplace like the Dallas Cowboys? Let somebody else's imagination run wild. I don't really care where he goes. He's going to eat into the other wide receivers' production, and Davante Adams is going to be Davante Adams. I'd rather lock up a solid player with less questions that already knows his playbook, that's on the team he's going to be on for the remainder of the year. I'm looking at maybe somebody like Tyreek Hill or Brandon Ayuk that you might be able to get for a Davante Adams. Use that sell high and buy low on one of those two options. Another sell high that I got this week is going to be Alvin Kamara. Now, I'm not saying Alvin Kamara is finna flop, so let me start with that. I do think that he stays a top 5, top 7 running back this year, depending on if you're in PPR or non-PPR platforms. Currently, he is the running back 1, so you can sell him super high. Do you buy into the production of the New Orleans Saints and what they've been able to do to the first 4 weeks? Or do you think it's going to come back down to earth just a little bit? They're still going to be a good team, but you're going to see Alvin Kamara and that Saints offense, their production dip just a little bit. You also have to look at Taysom Hill now being healthy, going to eat into Alvin Kamara's goal line work a little bit. Who knows how large that role will be from week to week. We already know how finicky it can be with the Taysom Hill game. But like I said, you can get some really solid options with Alvin Kamara. You can sell Alvin Kamara, get an RB1 in return, and potentially a wide receiver 2, a tight end, somebody that you can throw in when you really need them in these upcoming weeks. Last player we're going to be talking about in depth is going to be Drake London as a sell high. Right now, he's 9th amongst wide receivers in target share. He has 28 targets through the last 3 weeks, but I personally just feel like he's very touchdown dependent. He's got 10 yards per touch right now, and he's only got 1 big play so far this season. Atlanta has one of the lowest scoring offenses, and that trend is going to continue. Kirk Cousins is only adding so much fuel to this Atlanta fire. You also have, you could take it like somebody like a Brian Robinson Jr., a James Conner, and get them in return for a Drake London. Like I said, put some packages together, but get Drake London, sell him high while he has a lot of potential now before you're stuck with him for the remainder of the season with a lot of frustrating games in and out. Also, some honorable mentions. You got Dallas Goedert, who's coming out of the bye week, and he's getting back A.J. Brown Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley getting added into the passing game a little bit more. So his opportunities and his target share may regress, which also would bring down his 6 points per game average, which is the leading tight number among tight ends right now. I'm expecting Dallas Goedert's role to change. And like I said in last week's buy low, sell high trade episode, you're looking at when you're expecting somebody's role to change, it's a good time to try to get ahead of that and send the trade out. So I think Dallas Goedert would be a great target to sell right now, as well as Aaron Jones. And that's just a personal thing for me. I don't know if I can trust Aaron Jones to stay healthy all year long. You've already got Ty Chandler nipping at his heels. You've already got a lot of questions going into the season, and Aaron Jones has beat them all. I'm not one of those people that buys into the age concern as much, but as the age goes on more and more, the concern for his injury that he already shows I don't want to say injury prone, but he does have a more likelihood to get injured than most players from what we've seen in his history. So I think Aaron Jones, I personally just don't know if I can trust him to stay healthy all year. And you can sell him right now while his value is absolutely insane. That's going to be it for today's Trade Analyzer episode for week 5. Make sure you tune into Sunday's live stream episode. Hit that like button as well as that subscriptions bar. But most importantly, keep your chin up and your attitude down. I'm going to see y'all next time I'm out here. Peace out.